Yo guys, welcome back to another Five Nights Out events video, and today we are going to be showcasing Shiny Master Puppeteer, who has 129 exists, which is pretty rare. So I believe the normal Shiny Puppeteer had around 200 to 300 exists, so it seems like only 129 of them were actually evolved. In terms of the Shiny Puppeteer, I would need to get one, but I'm pretty sure the exist counts don't go down whenever you evolve a character. I'm pretty sure I saw that with Springtrap, like both of them had like the same amount of exists, so I don't really know how that works. But yeah, either way, both of them are still pretty rare characters. Like, it's literally a 0.001%, I think. No, just 0.01% to even pull them, and then another 2% to pull them as a shiny, and then these people have to go out of their way to evolve the character. So yeah, a lot of work, plus it's Vengeance, which is also a really rare enchant. And yeah, this character seems really interesting because of their stats, but I'm gonna go ahead and take them to some events and see how well they do. And of course, I'm gonna take them to Fnaf 4 Night 6 because it's like the hardest story mode event, but also I can actually afford to place them down. So let's just place both of them down at level 1, and yeah, look at that. So we're also playing on nightmare mode, and so far we're not doing too bad. So we can place down only 2 of them, but still pretty good. I accidentally placed 2 of these guys down. Unevolved, they still only have 2 placements, so some evolved characters get extra placements, but it looks like these puppeteers only have 2, but it still seems like a good evolution. And yeah, so what we're seeing here is their new like continuous pierce mechanic, which is a new mechanic that they added with this puppeteer, and it's kind of like weird to see it because it's hard to tell their DPS, but basically from what I can tell, every time they attack, which is every 3.2 seconds, they're doing this amount of damage for like 10 hits. So I don't know if the initial hit counts to that, so I don't know if they're doing 10 or 11 hits, but either way, they're doing a lot of damage. This is still only level 1, and we're just like soloing this. I guess I can also put auto skip on. That would not make it any more challenging. So yeah, this is their level 1 stats. It's hard to calculate their DPS. Like, so we would like multiply this by 10, but then divide it by a 3.2, and then that would probably be their DPS. If not, my editor will calculate it for me, trust. And then this is them maxed out. They went up by 1,000, and then the cooldown went down by a second. So we were yapping a little too much. We actually might take some damage, but wow, the piercing mechanic is actually like kind of cooking. I don't even like, how do you even tell what they're attacking, because they're just kind of attacking everything. Look, they're attacking both sides, but I swear the scythes were going on that side. Let's also place down the crying childs, of course, because they are also support, and that will let us beat this stage because these balloon boys are being a little too crazy. So yeah, this is perfect. So we'll have this guy closest, so then he'll be slowing down different enemies, and this one at first, so then we slow down the first one, of course. And yeah, with the crying child slow, we'll be able to solo this. I think we might not be able to do enough damage for the boss fight, but if we even make it to that, then that'll still be pretty W, especially since we still have auto skip on. Auto skip makes these events way harder, but these are piercing characters, so I don't think it would be as much of a challenge because that's how broken AoE abilities are. But yeah, these Freddies are like at 125,000 HP, and they're just getting shredded. Like, their DPS is good. I can't completely calculate it right now, but it's for sure doing like what I said, where it's just like attacking like 10 times in a row or something. It looks like it is doing that, but it doesn't do as much damage as a 3,000. Maybe it is doing a 3,000. I think it is. Looks like we're getting slightly overwhelmed. I wonder, so this is like a piercing mechanic, so I think I should like actually have them like, you know, down here. I probably should. And also, whoa, are we gonna lose here? We did like more damage to like enemies in the back too. Yeah, we barely lost there. I actually don't even think we'll even be able to kill the boss. Maybe with the crying child slow we would be able to. I'm actually gonna go ahead and try that out really quick and try a different placement. But yeah, I'll cut to when I make it to that point again. Alright, so I'm not at wave 15 yet, but really quick, like these guys are also really cheap to place down and max out. These guys are for sure top 10 just because of how cheap they are, and their performance is honestly just really good. Really quick, I do want to quickly see what their range would be like without the range booster, and it's like at 33. That's still like really viable. But yeah, since they're a piercing type of character, I think that having them down this lane might actually make their attacks a lot better, and then I guess placing them at last would also make it better, but I don't think it would make it too much of a difference, because if they're attacking first, I'm pretty sure it pierces anyways and then hits like the last enemy. So I'm just gonna set it at first. There we go. And yeah, let's see how much of a difference this would make. It seems to just hit like a lot of things. Like it's not just a straight line. I do think that the different crying child placements are also helping. But yeah, it does seem like having them at the end of a lane also helps. Because yeah, we were able to clear this a lot better. So you probably do have to think of your placements when using this character. But they're still like really cheap and really solid to use. Really quick, let's look at their upgrade cost. So it's 15, 20, 25, and then that's max. So yeah, let's see if we're able to defeat the boss. I placed this puppeteer like basically at the start, and we accumulated up to 7 million, and that would be for both of them. And yeah, with the crying child slow, I'm pretty sure we are able to beat this. Let's just not talk too soon. But yeah, he's like halfway to the exit, but we're already beyond halfway of killing him, and we do still have all the supports. And yeah, I mean, the crying child slow definitely helped out a lot, but still really impressive. Like you wouldn't be using this character by themselves anyways. You would be having another like DPS tower or something. So yeah, really impressive. I do like this character. All right, and of course a showcase wouldn't be complete without an endless run to see how far they would make it to, and they're good enough for endless 4, so we're gonna be using endless 4 of course, but they are too expensive to use as a starter, so we're just gonna use purple guy as our starter, and then once we can afford it, we'll just use the master puppeteers, which we're actually pretty close to it. Let's just place on another purple guy here. Oh yeah, obviously the master puppeteer would solo these, so I'll keep the purple guys for a little bit. As for the best placements, this is definitely a weird map for them. This is like a time where I would prefer the AoE ability, because like there's not really a good piercing spot for them, and also like 3 placements. So like if I had 3 placements, this is a character who would benefit in like having more placements, because if I had 3 of them, I would put them like down this lane and down this lane and down this lane, but we only get 2 of them, so I could only choose a certain amount of lanes. So I think I might just choose right here, so then it's able to go down this lane as you saw there, and then it could try to go down these lanes as well. Oh, the scythe is going like crazy too. But yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. So yeah, where they're placed, they should be able to like insta kill any enemies, and then later on it should be good placements for, you know, later on in the event where we would need to do more damage. But yeah, now we can go ahead and get rid of the purple guys and just max out the master puppeteer. It takes 70,000 to completely max them out. And yeah, so about this character, I believe they're actually doing like similar DPS to glitch puppeteer, but the thing is, they're just way cheaper to like max out than glitch puppeteer, and their piercing ability is just way superior as well. Like the only downside they have is just less range than glitch puppeteer, but like I really don't mind that, especially since I actually think they probably have like that piercing ability where their projectile goes beyond their actual range. Like right now it is just staying within the circle, but I think I did see it like go beyond the range when it didn't have the range support. I'm actually gonna go ahead and test that out right now. So now they don't have the range support. This one still does. So when they throw their scythe, does it like keep going? Yeah, that was definitely out of the circle. So they can like have an instance where their range is so large that the scythe stays inside the range. But yeah, it does go beyond their actual range, so they technically do have more range than what they actually show. For some reason that's like a weird glitch where they're just going through the floor, but whatever. It's like doing 30,000 like each hit. Wait, 30,000, then yeah, it does hit like 10 times total then. So yeah, that's the way you calculate the DPS then. And yeah, that would mean that they are doing Glitch Puppeteer DPS, but I can easily say that they're way better than Glitch Puppeteer, because Glitch Puppeteer is just way more expensive. And like I said, despite this Puppeteer having less range, it does technically go beyond the range, so it's not that bad. So yeah, they are also the cheapest Nightmare evolution, and I think evolution in general, yeah, because they cost 10,000 to place, and then even like the secret evolutions cost 15,000 to place. And I feel like that has a lot of value to it, because just having like a cheap character that's actually really good, you know, has a lot of value to it. Like you just place down really good character really fast, and then they carry like that mid portion, and then you can save up for the really expensive ones. So I think out of the Nightmare evolutions, this Puppeteer should get one of the most uses, because they're basically the mid game evolution from all of like the towers. Like the rest of them, they're pretty like end game because of how expensive they are. Like there's also the 15,000 character evolutions, but they're pretty like mid in comparison to the Nightmare evolutions, but obviously still really good. But yeah, I don't think they're the best tower or evolution, but they're one of the best, because what they're doing is really impressive. I'll place Crying Childs once we're later in the event, but I think we can actually make it really far with this Puppeteer, potentially to the end of it. I actually kind of doubt it, because the enemies start healing, and I do think there'll be a time where we just don't do enough damage to do the healing. But yeah, either way, let's just skip ahead and see until like wave 100. That's when we would probably have to lock in. Alright, and we are right before wave 100. Let's see how much damage we've accumulated. Wow, 23 million. So I guess that's how much HP the enemies had throughout the whole event. That also includes the bosses. That's why this one's lower, and these guys are still freaking out. But yeah, I think I'm gonna turn off auto skip. Actually no, I don't think like around wave 100 is too hard. Yeah, they're still getting the same amount of supports. Sheesh, oh my god, they're going like really crazy. Never mind. Turn off auto skip. And do I want to like place him down this lane then? I think I'm gonna have to do that, because this lane is crazy. Maybe just placing them here would be good enough though. Let me go ahead and quickly do that. I think that would be good enough. And then yeah, they still get to get some early damage in if needed. Oh wait, actually let me get the Crying Child. That's what we're missing. Oh my god. Yeah, I was like, wait a second, are we even gonna be able to make it that far past wave 100? No, it's literally because I didn't even have my Crying Child's placed down. That's gonna make this way easier. But yeah, I do think we need these Puppeteers like down this lane. I think I'll move this Crying Child a little to the left here, and then put that one at closest. There we go. And they should be slowing different ones, maybe. Yeah, now they're slowing different enemies. Good. We'll keep auto skip on now, because wow, the Crying Child is gonna make the difference. These balloon boys, they're just too fast. That's like how you make a difficult enemy, and just make them heal and make them really fast. And of course that puts a lot of value into these slowing enemies. Yeah, look at this range, really nice. And I think even though they're like ranges like clipping into here, I can put them up closer. I think this is better just because they'll be able to attack this lane a bit more with their piercing ability, and then if ever needed, they could kind of pierce down this lane. So I think this will be the best placement. It's really hard to tell how their piercing mechanic works, honestly, but it does seem to be, you know, pretty good overall. I think it's possible if I place him like here, it would be better. I don't know. It really depends on how big the projectile actually is. I'm just gonna assume this is the best placement though. If you guys like statistically know the best placement, then let me know, because I do have a feeling that it would just be like down lanes and whatnot. It looks like I do have to like replace these guys for the boss fights, because I'm not trying to wait for all that. Oh, actually, he's gonna start auto skipping. Never mind. Let me just place him back here. We'll be able to do enough damage to the boss. Don't worry about that. In fact, the boss might help out maybe, depending if we'll be able to do enough damage. But once the boss is like right here or whatever, we'll just constantly hit the bosses, and then it would just be piercing through him and to the enemies. But yeah, at this point, we'll just like speed through this, and until we can no longer do any damage. I wonder if I do have it set as last, if it would like be superior. Let me try you at last. I think he's just, yeah, he's attacking random enemies. Maybe just closest, strongest. Nah, first. We'll just do first. I don't know. It's weird trying to figure out what would be the best for the value. Maybe I should put them like here, because they looks like they do get passed anyways, so then leaving them here would be better. Let me go ahead and do that, and let's replace you, and then boom. But yeah, they could technically just pierce all of these lanes, including these ones. Yeah, this will work. By the way, keep in mind, these guys are like really cheap, by the way. They're literally supposed to be like really early mid-game towers, and the fact that they're as strong as basically late games with all these supports, pretty impressive. I would like to say that they're probably maybe my new favorite tower. Like, I really do like Agonize, Springtrap. I really like their piercing mechanic as well, and he's also like, he's either the second cheapest or third cheapest evolution Nightmare. Like, the Bound in Shadow might actually be cheaper than him, but I would have to use him and then find out about that. But yeah, either way, they're both like on the cheaper end, because the 3 new Nightmare evolutions, like, sheesh, they're pretty pricey, which is definitely a downside to them, but they're still obviously really good. And I think that's why this Master Puppeteer has so much value, because the fact that they're this good early on kind of like lets you let this character carry like the mid game, and then you're able to just save up, and then once these guys are getting overwhelmed, you bring in the big dogs like Evolution Leviathan, or just straight up Evolution Prime Valk, and then you're all set. I also would like to look at their animations and models real quick before we lose. It does seem like we're in quite a tight spot. I should actually turn off auto skip to give us a bit more of a chance, because yeah, we are definitely starting to struggle. But yeah, it's really just the Puppeteer, but with a slightly cooler design. Like, they have that glitch Puppeteer arm thingy, and they have the eye thingy. The eye thingy seems to be really common with these evolutions. I guess it's just the evolution eye. And then they have like a little bit of like things going on there. I don't even know what that stuff is. But yeah, AoE abilities really broken, as you can see. We're just killing the boss, but then we're also doing damage to this guy. He is healing it up right now, but once it pierces, there you go. Look, isn't that crazy? Just a slight amount of piercing, and then boom, bro's dead. We can go ahead and turn on auto skip so we can get through this faster. I think we're only really having trouble when the boss is here, honestly. Actually, that was a little scary. I think we still got this though. Right. Yep. It is crazy. It looks like they get close, but then they all just disappear at the same time. And look how much HP that they heal though. And then boom. You thought you were gonna heal that up? Nope. Get continuous piercing, and boom, just more of them join up in the line, and then they just get slowed and pierced. It's really satisfying seeing this piercing ability. It does look like they curved like their scythe too. Their hitbox is really strange. I don't know how it works, but it seems to just work. And I do think this placement ended up being way better, because they're actually able to pierce down all of this. Meanwhile, if I had them still here, it wouldn't really affect as much. But yeah, wow, they get really close, but then they all just disappear. I think I will go ahead and turn off auto skip. They're getting slightly more HP by the rounds. Like, we're already at 262,000, so might as well turn off auto skip and give us a higher chance. But yeah, like, if anyone could do good in auto skip, it would be these guys, because they have a really good piercing mechanic. Yeah, just look how much damage they do just because of the piercing. Like, they're just attacking like 10 different 100,000 HP enemies, and then like they just be doing mad damage because of that. Oh, this is looking a little scary actually. They like split up their attacks. Come on, keep getting this guy. Why are you attacking me? Did you not reach? I don't think they can reach. How much damage do they do? 900? Oh, it's still only 20. Okay. We're not quite doing enough damage though. You see, like their healing is already starting to like hinder our progress. Let's at least try to make it to 130, please. I think that'll be pretty cool. And I'm pretty sure this endless ends at 170. And the fact that this Nightmare Evolution only costs 100,000. Only cost 10,000 a place. That's pretty impressive. And of course, only just using them besides the supports. And then boom, wave 130. Wow, 2.77 million HP. I don't even know if we can beat this. They're also gonna like auto skip by themselves too. Like the enemies are just gonna spawn in, and if that happens, then it might just be over for us. Okay, it looks like it's getting pretty close. Yeah, we're definitely not making it to the end of this because the boss's HP is only going to increase by a lot, and this guy is like nearing the exit. We are going to at least make it past wave 130 though. Let's just not speak too soon and watch this guy die real quick. And then boom, he's gone. Now let's see how we do. Oh, final gambit. I forgot they have different towers. And yeah, we're not even doing enough damage. So wave 130, it gets even harder, and it seems like it's a little too hard for us. We're not even doing enough damage. Like bro, they're just healing it all up. Oh well, still really impressive. This is a really cheap evolution, like only 10,000 placement cost. So yeah guys, that was still really impressive showing from this Shiny Vengeance Mastered Puppeteer. This was fully maxed out, fully boosted, like all best enchants and then shiny. And yeah, like pretty rare of a character to get, but also really good. This is the only character who got like a really big change with their evolution. Like their whole attack type just gets completely changed. I think the only other person that happened to was Bound in Shadow, but it went from Pierce to Cone AoE, which is just Pierce with like extra steps or whatever. Like I think this guy should have Cone AoE because that's like the way that the piercing works. Anyways, I do like him better than the original one, of course, because they both cost the same. They're both still have the same role where they're just really good for story mode, and I think the piercing mechanic is cool. So yeah guys, that's gonna be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.